¿Cómo se le están pasando todos, guys? We have a lot to talk to. Bastante chismazo. I'm already ready for tonight's show. I love my wig, guys. I was fixing my wigs all day, guys, and I love them. Las peiné todas, and took care of them. Hey, Marta, how are you doing, girl? So, bastante chismazo, bastante 411 esta tarde, guys. We have a lot to talk to. Hello, Marta. Hello, Pamela. Hello, Chelito. How are you doing? Hello to everyone that's tuning in to La Rubí Moreno, la piedra de mi suegra. Hello, hello, hello. Vanessa Caballero, ¿cómo estás, baby girl, baby doll? Rubio, how are you doing, Rubio? Hey, Evans, Patty, Rose, la suelita vaciada, ¿cómo estás, baby girl, baby doll? Chula como siempre, a huevo, guys, bonita y chula como estoy, y aprieto. Hello, Pablo. Hello, Sasasas, la butterfly de 956, Lupe Chávez, Rubio 86, suéltalo, my love. Ahorita voy a soltar el pinche 411, guys, el chismazote que les tengo. Mr. Fram, how you doing? What is it to you? Delusional Dab, no sabes quién soy. Yo tampoco, perro. Hi, guys. Hello, sweet lady. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello to everyone, guys. Hey, Sasha. ¿Cómo estás, guys? Bueno, vamos a empezar el pinche show con pinche chismazo, el pinche 411, guys. 411 bruto. That allegedly, hello to everyone that's tuning in. My suegritas en Facebook, jail, YouTube, jail, y la mamá de todos jails, guys. Toda esta ruca sola se empina. I've said it before, sola se enchoriza solo. Hey, Danny, come out of the closet, Danny. Hello, Deb, how are you doing, guys? So, my suegrita is en Facebook, jail. Gracias a Dios que Dios, you heard my prayers, que la metieras en Facebook, jail. And apparently she's on YouTube, jail. Y todo el pinche pedo, jail, guys. Gracias, Diosito, you heard my prayers. Ya no más falta que caiga en el bote la perra malagradecida. Hey, Dela, ¿cómo estás? La muerta de hambre. Hey, RJ. So, yes, guys, apparently mi sororita is in Facebook jail. Jesus heard my prayers. Ya estoy igual que ella bien. I know, guys. Les tengo un pinche chismazo, guys. Que mi suegra anda bien enojada ahorita, guys. Mi suegra anda bien enojada. Todavía hablando de Browser, hablando de Frank, hablando de la misma gente, guys. O sea, love your hair. Thank you, Esther. De la misma gente, toda está mamando la borrega, la pinche vieja muerta de hambre. Cuando no. Bread and butter, now it's butter and wheat. Hello, Anna. So, guys, I'm real happy that my suegrita is in Facebook jail. Well, I heard from the grapevines, guys, that my suegrita's been very mad with the peacocks, guys. Anda bien enchorizada. No le están mandando dinero. Pinche Rachel de Friends. No le están mandando dinero a mi suegra, and she's very upset porque no completa. La perra no completa, guys. So anda bien enojada, guys. Bien enojada. I like Glow again. Se la está dejando caer toda tu suegra. That's good, guys. That's good. Glow's doing the right thing right now, peleando con mi suegra. Porque es verdad. Everything that Glow is saying es verdad. Mira, I go back and I sit, and I sit back, guys. A todos somos putas. Todos no valemos que son menos ella. Ella la chingona. Ella se la tira la gran cosa, guys. Cuando es cagada la ruca. Did you tell people that we just got into a fight right now? No, I didn't, Frank. Why is that? Why is that, Francisco? Why are you telling people that we got into a fight, Francisco? Que tú y yo ya no somos amigos, somos amantes. No, Frank, I haven't talked to anybody. Why would happen? Talk to me. Talk to me, Francisco. Es más, perro. Te voy a hablar ahorita enfrente de todos. ¿Qué pinche onda? Cuando me peleé contigo. Yeah, and this is not corn, guys. Frank and I, we got into it. They told me we got into it in a fight. Ahorita le voy a hablar a pinche Francisco. Contéstame, perro. ¿Cómo that we got into a fight, perro? ¿Cuándo?
Pues you know that one fight right now?
What happened?
Pues you got mad, and then I got mad, and then that's it. Nothing happened.
So you're still bringing that up, Francisco?
No, it's all good. What's up?
Nada, que mi suegra está bien enojada que she's on Facebook, yo, mi amor.
Oh, dude. You know it has to be like real sad. Like you make up all these fake Facebook accounts. and then you get in Facebook jail on all of them.
Well, the thing is that she has different personalities, so that's why I understand why she changes her name in all these profiles.
Dude, and then she has her using her ex husband's name.
No, ay, qué feo caso. El pinche vato te dejó, perra, no te quiso. Y todo eso. Farías, ¿cuál es el papá de la hermaphrodite, verdad?
Is that who's the one with the last name Farias?
The hermaphrodite.
Yeah, it's that one.
Ya, güey, todavía usando el pinche apellido del pinche vato que te dejó. Esa la dejó por los papers, ¿verdad?
Yes, it was so funny because she was talking about. She was talking about like we talked about it before. Like she would talk shit about my wife and the papers and I don't know what. But really, she was talking about her whole life.
Right, porque ella enseñó su what was it, passport mexicano, la culera. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong que vengas de México to live the American dream, pero ¿para qué te admiras de otra gente si ella viene tu pinche, vieja costrosa, es lo que es nopalera?
Dude, it's funny. Why does she have a? She says she's a. She says she was born in Ravenville, dude. But I'm starting to think that she probably wasn't even born originally.
I don't think she was born in Ravenville. Yo digo que nació en Río Bravo, por ahí la culera, and la cruzaron por el río. And at that time, porque ella también vieja, she's about 70, 75, es cuando decían que la partera se alivió acá. Remember, what was that saying que they would bring them over y que les daban citizenship?
Like back in the day, because you have to remember, like, back in the day, they were not strict in crossing, so, like, you could just come across and have babies here.
Right. So maybe that's what happened with my Sarita. Maybe she, a lo mejor no es hija de Nachita.
What was that?
A lo mejor no es hija de Nachita.
Well, I mean, sí se parecen, so you can't really, you really can't say.
¿Se parece a Nachita? No.
Yeah, she does, dude. I mean, they all look the same. Like, if you kind of notice, Angie looks the same like her, and then.
Pero Angie parece un North Korean. Mi suena parece North Korean.
Well, that's just because of the hair. I don't know why she cuts it that way.
Porque es machona. Es machona. Le gusta el burro. Es machona. How the sister look alike. Pues están medias ojetes. Todas las hermanas mi suegra está ojete. La narizona, la pastora está ojete. Y luego la North Korea está gacha esa. Esa es la peor. Honestly que es la peor. La otra está gacha con sus dentures, right? Pero está más gacha la North Korean. A esa sí le tengo miedo que saque el dedo y me quieran chorizar.
But that's the stuff that you're into.
Tampoco, perro. Tampoco. A mí me gusta la venuda, pero no de plástico, perro. So when are you coming down?
I don't think I'm gonna be down there for a while. I'm kind of gonna be busy.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ruby.
So I heard that you've been talking to my suegrita behind closed doors. What's going on?
Nah, dude, I would never do that, dude.
My suegrita has monkeypox.
And not because of you, just because of everything that's gone down. Like, it would be like the stupidest thing I would ever do.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question here. If you have to, and this is a serious note, and this is a serious question without name calling, Francisco.
Is it a hypothetical question again about what I would do if I would lick somebody?
No, because that licks are only for me. No, it's a serious question. If you had the opportunity to sit down and put your differences aside between Vanessa and my suegra, who would you choose?
Well, okay. I've talked with Vanessa before, and that's what a lot of people don't know. Like, I've actually sat down with her, and I mentioned it before, and literally, we were sitting down at a friend's house.
In Brownsville, I believe, at the time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this was after, she would say, I fear for my life. But, like, okay, but that's besides the point. Like, we actually sat down, and she seemed like a normal person, so... Obviously, I'm not going to go too much in detail right now on this phone call, but I just didn't know why at the time she would make these claims of, fearing for her life, which she knows pretty well that we sat down together.
But the question was, who would you be able to sit down and have a civil conversation with, Vanessa or my suegra?
Oh, for sure, Vanessa. I mean, I could definitely sit down and we can, like, I know she says crazy things, but like in person, I know she's different, you know. So I could definitely sit down with. Now, obviously, that would be a different story. Like, but anyways, but going back to answer your question, yeah, just to kind of keep it simple, I could sit down with Vanessa and we can talk about stuff. Now,
Okay.
whether I agree or not with her, that's a different story. But at least I could sit down with her and listen to what she has to say.
Okay, next question for you, Francisco. Now that I have you on board here, what do you see yourself 5 years from now? Do you see yourself owning a bigger house, being more successful, continue with normal chisme? What is it that you see yourself from here from 5 years from now?
Well, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen 5 years from now, but we can only strive to be better than we were the day before. You know,
Good
so
answer. Good answer.
yeah,
Um,
so everything's just that. Everything that people do should just be one step at a time, one day at a time, and as long as you're consistent, well, if you're consistent in 5 years from now, then obviously that time what's 20 so in 2027. I'm gonna look back and say, wow, like I've accomplished so much. So, for example, like if I just think about it now, I mean, I was living in this house, a year ago, right? So,
mhm.
5 years from now, I would like to say, you know what, like wow, like 5 years. My kids are all grown, like they're bigger, and probably you guys gonna be in high school by then and finishing up. So at least that's what I feel is going to happen. I hope that Gael's finishing up high school. My daughter, at that point, will be entering middle school. So just being a better parent, trying to be there, seeing what they like to do. Because like we can all talk about the making live videos and stuff, but being there for your kids and seeing what they really like to do. I mean, that's really what every parent should be doing, like partaking in their activities. Um, so I hope that in 5 years I'm doing those things. Obviously anything can happen. Maybe I die. Maybe me hicieron brujería, right? But I would like to say that I would like to say that in 5 years, I'm going to be doing those things.
Randy Nelson asked this question. Asked Francisco, could he ever forgive Ronya for what she has done to him?
Nah, fuck that. Lorena's a fucking witch, dude.
Hmm.
Well, okay, and let's just put it this way. I right now, I don't even want to see her in front of me, dude. Let's just put it that way. But there's gonna be a time when she dies because she's older than me, and more likely she's gonna die first than me.
Hmm.
Once that happens, maybe. But that's a maybe, and that's and that's until that happens, maybe, right?
Delia said here, I want to give Delia wants you to come for Labor Day weekend. He has a house. She has some stuff for you. House, a warming gift for you. She has a couple of gifts for you, Francisco. Delia wants you to come during Labor Day weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm off on Labor Day, so we'll definitely. I'm gonna try to make it for sure, and I'll see if I can pick it up. So
I
thank you,
want to
man.
I want to ask you like a legit question here is
What's
what
up?
advice would you give the peacocks? I know there's a lot of peacocks who have contacted me. Even today they contacted me regarding that they just don't know how to leave that group. They don't know how to say, you know what, I'm done with whatever's going on in there. I want to be able to move on without the drama, without the retaliation from that group. What advice would you give them?
I mean, everybody makes their own choice. Like everybody makes a choice on who they want to follow, who they want to watch. And I mean, here's the thing. Like personally, like the way I feel, anybody should be able to watch whoever they want to watch, dude. Like they can watch you, they can watch me, they can even watch fucking Ronya for who gives a fucking damn, right?
Right.
But the point is, like, don't be so fucking blinded. Like, ask questions. Like I made a post the other day on the page. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but I literally wrote. Well, I didn't write it myself. Like if you look up the definition of a fucking cult,
Right.
like I'm just gonna read it out really quick to you. Let me see if I find it. Why I have it on the phone. Let's see if I sell. Fuck, it's not coming out. Hold on.
Well, the question was, Fancy's gonna say it to you again. Uh, what advice would you give those peacocks that are trying to leave that cult culture that they have going in there? What advice would you give them? How would you, let them know, what, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is how you're going to do it without them going after you, because you lived. She's put you in a very bad situation. My suegra has gone, exposing your children when they have nothing to do with this, going after your wife because of envy, going after your mom, your loved ones, all because of hate, right? And some of these peacocks fear that she's going to do the same thing to them. What advice would you give them so they would not experience the same thing you experience?
Well, let me answer. Let me get your question. Like I said, let me hold up to your question. I'll answer it, but let me just go over a couple quick things of the code. What's it called? Like, okay, absolute authoritarianism without accountability. That means like you have a authoritarian, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. That means like there's
Okay.
only one person. Like there's only one leader. There's zero tolerance for criticism or questions. So you can't ask any fucking questions. Um, here's another one. A belief that former followers are. Here's a perfect one. A belief that former followers are always wrong for leaving, and there's never a legitimate reason for anyone else to leave. Like literally, like if you go over all the definitions of what a cult is, like 90% of those definitions fit what La Roña and the group of people that follow are. Like it's a fucking
Right.
cult. But anyway, to answer your question, I mean, just leave. Like literally, like these are like dude, like these are grown women, dude.
Right,
Like
but Frank, there's one thing you could just tell them to leave, but sometimes I don't have that tough skin like you have it, like I have it, like Cecilia has it, where like they talk so much shit about our loved ones, our mothers and brothers or whatever, and when it doesn't bother us, like it just goes in 1 year because we realize it's coming from a Mongola, a retarded, a wasiada person. But certain people fear that or are not, they don't have that thick skin to take it. So how or what advice can you give them? You know what, you got to do it this way, or you just gotta put.
I mean, it's because there's no easy like there's not easy ways. Just fucking quit, dude. Like I mean, it's like okay, who's a good example? Like let's just put Raquel Fiallos. She just fucking quit. You know, she just got tired of it. And what about Nyla Melissa? Like there's no easy way to just wean yourself. You just have to fucking quit. It's kind of like when you like okay, like, I know you talked about your addiction and stuff. How did you stop from one day to the next? You just fucking quit, right?
It's because I got tired. Honestly, I got tired of the life I was living. I was living a miserable life. It was a very toxic life that I was living. It was a life of crying and not loving myself. So many times thoughts of suicide. And so from one day to another, I just said, you know what, I gotta learn how to love myself
Okay,
you know.
exactly. So perfect example. Like obviously you had all these things you were going through, and you just didn't, say, you know what, I'm gonna do it a little bit slow. I'm gonna maybe do these things a little bit by little. No, you just fucking say, you know what, I don't need this fucking bullshit. You just fucking quit. So. So the same thing, like just the peacocks, they just need to fucking quit. Stop following that cult. Like I said, you can watch. Like if you want to watch drama and you like drama, everybody likes drama. Everybody's really into that. If that's what gives you entertainment, okay. Like you have to difference. You have to kind of know the difference. What is drama? What is a fucking cult? Like you're thinking about the whole Ruby, and this is what these peacocks don't realize. You just put the wig on because it's entertainment. It's like we all know that Ruby Moreno's not your real name and all this stuff. You just put it on, but like literally these peacocks think that like that's you. Like
And
you
they,
are
and
Ruby
they,
Moreno.
they don't understand that they think I want to be a female because I put on a lipstick and a wig. And there's nothing wrong being a female, but I'm happy being a man. I'm happy having a penis. If I had an issue, not being happy being a man, then I would tell you, without having an issue, I'm trapped in in a man's body. But no, I think
No,
like a man.
yeah, no, yeah, but they think like literally. Um, that you're a guy that wants to be a woman, and we know it's just entertainment. It's a fucking wig. We all know it's a fucking wig. We know your last name's not Moreno, but these people think that that's really who we are, and that's because they're so blinded by all the things that La Roña says. Like, we all know it's a fucking joke, but like it's entertainment. But they don't see it as entertainment. They see it like as a us against them type of thing. You know what I mean? And
Correct.
it's not us against them. There's no them. It's them against themselves. That's literally what it comes down to. Because they're thinking that it's them, the peacocks, against anybody else that says anything otherwise. Because
Mm-hmm.
like you told me things, like, for example, like sometimes you agree with certain things, sometimes you don't fucking agree, and you fucking tell me, I fucking tell you the same thing. But you know what? Okay, like I might be mad at you for a couple of hours, you might be mad a couple of hours. Okay, but then I realize, you know what? Okay, well, maybe I jumped the gun. I kind of maybe think about, okay, I understand what maybe Jaime was saying, or maybe me, right? Yeah, vice versa. It goes both ways. But these
Mm-hmm.
people, they don't see it that way. It's like literally them against the whole world. And who's the whole world? The world that Ronya tells them to hate.
Right. Isabel asked me a question right now. It says, Jaimito, are you taking any hormones, growth hormones? And no, I'm not taking any hormone growth. Así soy chichona. These are naturally mine, guys. But no, I don't take any of that stuff. That's not for me. I've been doing other stuff. I've been taking estrogen. I know, not estrogen. I've been taking testosterone, guys. I've been doing testosterone and stuff like that. But it's just manly stuff, you know. As you get older, you lose
Yeah.
testosterone. So yeah, I've been doing
Or
testosterone.
here's another thing, is like these fucking eaters, okay. You know how they're always saying that, like, oh, like I was in the water tower and I don't know this and that. It's like all that's just entertainment. Like, I know it's not fucking true. Like, they don't even fucking can put a date when they claim that that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just entertainment. So I like sometimes, if I joke around with you. For example, that the other day when I called you and I was like, "Oh, Frank's jealous of Brad." Like, it's just a fucking joke. You gotta have it entertaining so people can laugh. But I'm not jealous of nobody. You know what I mean?
Right. I do want to say something that you brought up the water. So when I talked about the canalito, I never lied about it. Sí, ahí iba por allá, ahí me empinaban y todo el pinche pedo. I'm very blunt about my personal life so that other people like my suegra and la marrana mantecosa don't have to make up these lies. Like ever since I started and being me, I was very straightforward from day one. And one thing is that I never hidden anything from you guys, and I could have done it. I could have said, denied all this other stuff, but for what reason? I'm very transparent, and that's who I am. I feel that I hit rock bottom a long time ago. That whatever they're throwing at me, it doesn't hurt me. That's the way I
Oh
see it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to be truthful. Like, same thing as me. Like, for example, when they keep claiming, okay, for example, it's not something like, let's just. I'm not gonna go into details, but okay, let's just say, like, if I did something with my wife, and obviously there's things that I'm not proud of that I did. Okay, I did those things, but I'm not proud of them. But I don't have to keep like divulging every little damn thing. That's a private matter between what, like, me and my wife.
Then ask the question for me, Jaime. Why does she continue saying you do drugs? I don't understand why. To be honest, when I did drugs, she was never around. I didn't even know her at the time. So for her to insinuate something like that is a joke to me.
Yeah.
Because I've been.
I think really it's just I just think it's really about time traveling. It's like, for example, I didn't know you when I met you. You never have done those things, and I never seen you done those things. Like, I've not really been someone to say, what, is Jaime doing those things or not. Like, I never judged you if you did any of those things. Like, what I know now is that I don't think you do them. You told me you don't do them, and like, I hope that this journey that you've been taking, you keep off that, because obviously, you know, being on substances, illegal substances, like, there's no real easy way to get out of
It's
it,
because
right?
no,
So
I
you've
mean
been,
the thing is when I was on that, I wouldn't even show my face on Facebook, YouTube, and anything like that. I wasn't out there when I would do cocaine. I would isolate. I was the type of person that would get real paranoid, hide myself in the closet, and like hear the doorbell ringing, hear my phone ringing, and shit like that. And I would hallucinate things that were not
yeah,
there. So
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
so for her to insinuate something like that, it's a jolt for me. And like I said it before, my family knows what I do when I was on it, and they know and they see the big change. Obviously, my brother Art and I, we communicated daily, and he's very proud of my huge change. My brothers are very proud, my mother too. And as a matter of fact, and I'll put it here. When Connie insinuated that certain people were talking about me, I had her on speaker. My mom overheard y dijo, esas viejas chismosas como están echando mentiras de mi hijo, because my mother knows for a fact that I'm not the same person I was. Se los digo, guys, yo era ratero, yo era de lo peor, and
Yeah,
so my
it's
family
because like
knows me.
yeah, because obviously whenever you did okay, you did those things, but you're not that person that you were 5 years ago, right? Or whatever,
Two
how
and a
long.
half, 2.5 years
You
ago
know,
now.
so you're a different person now, and La Roña, she wants to time travel. Like literally, like they even time travel now. Well, they're saying, oh, Frank was kicked from the southmost or whatever, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, like first they don't even know the fucking southmost is a page that's still around, and the only reason that I'm not there anymore because that's a page from browser. I don't live in browser right now.
Digital Dimwit put here, Ruby, I proved you weren't a sex offender on my show. Let's do a drug test on my show and let's clear your name again. The sex offender claim stops after I showed you it wasn't true. Digital Dimwit, I'm up for it. I'm up for it. You tell me when and where, and I will do a drug test. And it could be a random drug test. You could call me whenever you're in the valley and say, you know what, I'm here, come over. I will go. It doesn't have to be a specific date. It's if you're here today, we'll do it tomorrow. If you're here the following day, whenever you want, I will do it. I don't have an issue with that. And if anybody wants to pay for a follicle drug test, I'm down to do that too. I've told the peacocks, if y'all want to do a follicle hair drug test, I am down to do that as well.
Hey, but is that follicle test gonna come from the pew?
Wherever it comes from. No, yo me resuro. Yo no tengo peluda como Mica. No tengo la pata peluda como Mica.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, back to the peacocks really quick. I don't have any, like, if you notice, at least me, all these fucking idiots always talking shit about things they don't fucking know. And you don't see me talking shit about them because, I mean, or okay, I take it back. Every now and then I'll say some things, but you don't see me like, worrying about what they fucking do because they're nobodies to me, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, just going back to the how to leave a call, you just have to quit. Like, you have to realize what's good for you, and they don't know these things right now, but, all this sooner or later is going to end, and they're going to be like, fuck, like, I spent all these years, like, listening to this hateful lady.
Right. And you know what? And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to mention no names because I promised this individual I would never mention his name. But I had a peacock that reached out to me, and we had today, as a matter of fact, and we had a very sincere conversation. And so I told him I'm not gonna or she I'm not gonna mention your name because there's no need for me to do that. I had communication with Carmen for 4 months before somebody placed her name on my YouTube channel. But other than that, nobody knew that I was communicating with her. And till this day, I mean, we put our differences aside. That time she was a little bit, upset, and I was upset too. But we just put our differences aside, and that was it. Same thing with Ram. Nobody knew that I was talking with Ram, and we were communicating. And now with these other individuals that are coming forward, and that's why I asked you that question. I mean, place your videos on private or your Facebook on private, or what should they do?
They don't have to worry about that stuff because, like, okay, here's the thing. Like, who's the one that's attacking them? It's okay. Let's just say like Ronya talks about him. It's Ronya. Like, she's a nobody. That's the thing. Like, they give her too much. Like, I guess you want to
Frank,
call
but
it pop.
the thing is with them is that they fear going them after their job. They fear going after their loved ones, messaging. Like for Roser, prime example, Roser, they communicate. They made all these false accusations between you and her, and they message her husband to start problems. You know what I mean? And that's something they probably fear. Like, I don't understand why to go to that point. I understand you dislike somebody or you might not agree with that person, but to go to that point and try to ruin a marriage is, I think, it's just beyond. And that's why they continue to try to do to you. I mean, whatever happened in your relationship, it is your problem that you deal with your
Yeah.
wife.
No, yeah. I mean, and me and my wife were good. Like, we really, like, we're good right now. I think we have a good relationship. We do a lot of things. We take the kids out. I go out with my wife. We go. We haven't really gone on a date night without the kids in a while because we don't have a babysitter. But we're good. So like when these fucking idiots, they keep trying to bring stupid stuff from the past or whatever. They're like, oh look. Okay, like you're the one that's a dumbass trying so hard on something that really doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. And the thing is that they're just trying to make your life miserable. That's the way I see it. And
I mean, I'm doing good. Like, I mean, right now I'm just at home chilling. I'm on the computer. I'm watching you. I'm looking at the comments. So like, it's just funny, just Dan talking all this shit. I have a job. I'm doing good. I'm spending time with my kids. So like, really, I'm doing all the good things that I need to do. So when all these people message like, Frank, did you see what Lorraine said? I'm like, okay. Like, okay, think about it though. Like, Lorraine is the one that can't even pay her bills. So I just like, it's like you have all this time that she's spending on YouTube, and she can't even pay her bills. So like, what's more important, paying your bills or fucking going on YouTube to talk all this fucking bullshit? And at the end of the day, you're still living in the same shithole. And then that's why they're mad, because I called it last year. I said 1 year from now you're gonna see that she's still gonna be in the same shithole, and she's actually worse because at least then she had her YouTube channel and she was making some money, but now she's not even making any money.
well,
You know what I mean?
Francisco, I have a question for you, real quick. Is that
Okay.
okay? So my mind went blank. As a matter of fact, no. Let me remember what I was gonna ask you. I was daydreaming, but I had a question for you. I forgot, Francisco. Okay, my thing is right now, Francisco, that you're doing very well with your family and stuff. Do you at one time are you just gonna separate yourself from this and just focus on yourself, your family, your growth, and stuff like that? Because I know this could be toxic in your household. People that are trying to just stir up the pot consistently. You have other peacocks that are messaging your wife, messaging you, and I mean it's just annoying. A certain, So
Well, you have to understand, like, it's only toxic as much as you let it, right?
hmm
So, so if it's consuming your whole life, then you have to step back from whatever that drama is. It's just like any other thing. Like if you're a person that's gambling, you have a gambling addiction, you have to step away from the marketing. Because you're a person that's has an alcoholic problem, you have to stop going out to bars. If you're a person that has a substance abuse issue, you have to keep away from these notorious areas that sell these type of things, or people that do all these things in front of you, because you're going to want to do those things. So same thing, like if the drama that this is causing is too much for anybody, you have to step away. Like right now, I don't have to worry about that because I'm good right now. Me and my wife are good. My job is good. My kids are good. My family is good. My mom is good. My dad is good. My brother's good. Like everything's good. Like I don't have to worry about them calling. If they want to, like, what are they gonna tell my wife? Like,
hmm
like lies and stuff. Like obviously my wife's not gonna, but like literally my wife knows who I talk to. I don't have to hide anything from my wife. She tells me, hey, who's that? Like I show her. Okay, like if things were different back then, maybe it was different. But me and my wife, we have a good relationship, and that's what they hate is like that my wife didn't leave me, or that I didn't get divorced, and because the majority of these people that they're in that situation, and that's not me.
Well, the majority of her followers are come from a dysfunctional household, or they have a dysfunctional household, or they're living a life of a miserable life with anxiety, depression, and stuff. Because it's very hard to deal with that. So when you have somebody who acts like Jim Jones, who portrays to be a role model, a person that's going to show them love and affection, well, at the end of the day, she's only brainwashing them to see how she's going to get money off of them. To her, it's about money, 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 and it's never about, you know what? Let's see how I could help a person out without getting something in return. Like that tombola that she had. When I heard that she was getting $5 for every $25 she was giving out, I think that's totally wrong. Like,
Oh yeah,
you
because
know,
like she would tell people, hey, if you guys gonna send me $25, I'm gonna keep $5.
And that's wrong. Obviously, the money.
I'm like, no, mom is like, and you know, and the people don't see that, but you know, I think that's probably why she stopped doing it, and probably why the peacocks. I mean, they're dumb. But no, actually, they are stupid. But you know, sometimes they, sometimes they do open their eyes and they notice, oh shit, like I'm spending $25 to help somebody, and Ronya's keeping $5.
I
Come
do
on,
have another question. I know that I encouraged you to do a Moco Space. I want to know how that's coming along for you.
dude. I know you told me to open a smoker space because like it was gonna be like, you know, try to expand social media and stuff, but at Chile, I went on there and I just see all these weird people, man.
I heard you found my Solita Moco Space. Is that true or not?
Dude, I showed you the screenshot, right?
I'm gonna place it on my page. There is receipts. My Solita has a Moco Space, guys, and
Dude, I swear I was tripping out because, you know, I don't use Moco Space. The only reason I open it because you told me to open it, and the first thing I go on there, it literally says baby girl, baby doll, and it's Ronya, dude.
no, no. Did you message her or no?
No, because then she's gonna say I'm trying to message her and all this and that. But no, I just went on the profile and I was like, dude, like pinche viejita.
Bueno, they want to know what Moco Space is. Moco Space is something that's like a dating site or app, whatever, where there's a bunch of like ghetto ass people like my suegra that are real ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And so they link up and shit like that. So she has a Moco Space. Frank's trying to expand his normal cheesemas page on Moco Space, and he's gotten a lot of good feedback there. He's doing it on OnlyFans as well.
Well, I think as soon as I find out how to close the account, I'm closing it out tonight.
So we're gonna start a trend. Me and Francisco are starting a trend. Moco Space live starting tomorrow, guys. We will be live on Moco Space. So I'm gonna show you all tonight how to do an account because I will go on to Moco Space live tonight. But I couldn't stop laughing when my señorita called the cops on me, saying that I was the one putting her number on Moco Space. It really broke my heart. I was like, no, señorita, it's not me.
No, but dude, like she's on there. I was like,
You see, there's receipts. There's receipts. Let me call Raymond PD and tell him there's receipts. My señorita has a Moco Space.
like if I could show you my screen, I have all these people trying to add me, and it's not like anybody that I really know.
Roña's on Moco Space.
She's on Moco Space, dude.
And how does she look? What's her profile picture? What's that?
Dude, like she's showing like she's trying to show her wrinkly breasts and stuff.
I'm not. We should report that shit too.
Like, well, the thing is, I don't even know how to report the thing. But anyway, like I said,
report. Moco Space too.
after tonight, I'm closing my account.
Facebook jail, Moco Space jail, and YouTube jail. She's so desperate right now, guys. She's in jail all over. She made a Moco Space.
I never seen anybody. I never seen anybody be so desperate and. Well, you have to keep, like I said, or she said it, it's been 17 years que no le han dado palo.
Pues dale poquito, Francisco.
No, hombre.
Dale nomás la cabecita, la puntita.
Hey, no. The name, ¿cómo se llama este person? Este person se llama Chalala.
Okay.
I think. So they had a good question, and this is the last question. So it says, last year when you and Ronya argued the first time, how did you settle things since you both stated let bygones be bygones? Well, the thing is, like, I never had any problems with Ronya. She's the one that actually quit. I had brought her on. She came out, like, for a couple of times, and she quit because supposedly I was not giving her money or whatever, even though like we never made any agreement that I was gonna give her any money, and plus I wasn't even getting paid. But as soon as she started seeing like $10 come in or whatever it was, she decided, you know what, I want to get paid, and Frank's not paying me. But I didn't have any problem with her quitting because I mean, okay, you want to quit, whatever. I mean, we never had an agreement. But I think after that time, that's when she kind of started maybe planning on how to backstab me.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it was more than money that was being involved. I think it's more like she lost her penis. I mean, I saw it and I've said it before. Se me hizo la cola. It's pretty good, guys. It's a lengthy size of penis. And but she saw it, she showed it to everybody, and let's do a poll right now, guys. Let's do a poll on Francisco's penis right now. No, I'm joking.
No, I mean, but it is like Lauren, aka Wanganet, says it says it was like literally it was jealousy, envy, hate. It was greed because she thought I was making chingos de money and I don't know what, and but I mean, her little 15 minutes of fame got to her, and that's really all it was.
You know what,
But
Francisco? I'm
anyway,
going to encourage you something. Maybe you should have a show with Anna and have her as your guest, and maybe you should hear her side of the story with my suegrita. What?
well, she was at my house the other day, and I know she wanted to do like a show, but I was really tired the day. But maybe we'll figure something out. But hey, sorry to gotta let you go. I'm actually working right now, so I got a call that I gotta take care of. But anyway,
Okay,
keep
Daddy,
up with a
text
good
me
show,
later.
and we'll talk more later tonight.
Don't send me any more nudes, por favor. I'm going to call the cops. Bye. Guys, so Francisco discovered my suerita on Moco Space, guys. Everybody heard that? My suerita has a Moco Space, so report. Alexander Roser, Alexander Roser, Alexander Roser, Alexander Roser! Ah! Lean forward. Guys, no, on a serious note, well, I want to thank everybody that was here with us tonight, guys. Francisco and I, we had a great show. Um, we I mean, there's a lot of things that we're gonna start talking about. We want to bring other guests to the show and hear their side of the story, and have you all encourage these peacocks to leave my suegra side, to be able to figure out a way to get out. So, tomorrow's show, let's do a little bit something different. And I want you all to participate and call the show, guys, and just give them tips on how they could leave my suegritas, Peacock so-called United group, to be able to get out without them fearing that they're going to go after the loved ones, family members, or themselves, or their jobs, guys. So, um, we as a team, as a group, have the power to help these individuals out, guys. It's pointless addressing things with my suegra. You can't speak to her. It's like speaking to the wall. So now we gotta address things with the peacocks, guys. The peacocks are the ones that really need to hear from us, and for us to help them out, get out of that situation they're in, guys. Putting our differences aside, that's what it takes for us to do that, guys. Because obviously, as we bring in more peacocks and we help them out, this lady stays there by herself, and that's what eventually we want. We want to see her stay by herself, and let's see what she's got. I mean, she has yet to bring me down. She has yet to bring Frank down, and even Vanessa down. So once she brought everybody down, but at the end of the day, she's the one who has no social media, not monetizing, Facebook jail, living a miserable life, more peacocks leaving her team, and she's there by herself. Hey, Jaime, hey. Hello?
Jaime,
Yes, yes.
are you on live?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I thought I'd call in to give a little tip to the peacocks on how to handle this.
Okay, great.
When you decide to get off Ophelia's page or whatever page it is, I don't know what it is anymore. But when you decide, you make a decision. Well, I made my decision because it was making me sick.
Right.
It was giving me high blood pressure. It was giving me anxiety. It was making me sick to the stomach. Just hear the things that she was saying about people and the way she was cussing everybody out. And that was not me. That
Mm-hmm.
when I started with Ophelia, I I started because I thought she was somebody that would empower women.
Right.
It started with empowering women. A lot of good girls, a lot of good women got on
They became peacocks, and we were friends, and we wouldn't cuss and maldecir gente that way.
Hmm.
So when she started doing that, I started telling her, "Don't do that anymore. Don't cuss at people. You don't need to do that." And she would say it was her way of attracting people to the show.
Right.
So, but then she got worse and worse, and I started getting sick.
Right.
Of course, she got mad because she thought she says to this day that I took Carla's side over hers,
Right.
and it was not about taking Carla's side; it was about do, doing the right thing.
Hmm.
And so, if she took it that way, pues ni modo. But
Right.
we continued to talk off and on. We would talk behind the scenes. She would lie to the peacocks and tell them that she wasn't talking to me. And but anyway, bottom line is you've got to get away from that kind of toxic stuff. It's
Hmm.
toxic and it makes you sick. You just do it, and don't be afraid. Just do it and defend yourself. If she says something about you, if you have to go to another platform, like I used to tell her, look, I'm calling you directly. I want to straighten things out with
Hmm.
you. But if you don't want to listen to me, I'll go to another platform. I can go to Jaime's, I can go to Chismosas, I can go to No More Chisme. I
Right.
will, you
Right.
know?
So the thing is,
And
maybe they just don't feel that we would show them support, and I think we're mature enough to put our differences aside and show them support. For those peacocks that want to leave, I think we could put our differences aside and show them support. Obviously, we've all been through all that bullshit she put us through. A ti te mentó la madre and all this other stuff.
oh yeah,
So
yeah,
to me, I know that what it is. A mí también me lamentó. So the thing is, I know what it is to be able to put in that situation, and it's not that great of a feeling. So for those peacocks that want to get out, I'll show you support. Y'all could call me private. Y'all could message the page, and I'll hear you all out.
yeah, yeah. And you'll help people out. The thing is that if she doesn't, she's had a lot of people leave, and she hasn't blasted them.
Hmm.
She's had so many people leave that she doesn't know what to do anymore.
Right.
So I doubt that she would blast everybody that would leave, but if in case that she would, no le tengan miedo. Go to another platform and say your side of the story.
Correct. Correct.
Y que no es nadie, como dice Frank, ella no es nadie, porque le tienen miedo.
Hmm.
We're all adults, we're older ladies. No tenemos, it's not high school anymore that we have to go to class and see her.
Right. But I mean,
So
estas
that,
mujeres ya sabes de lo que es capaz. Go after the jobs, call their jobs, harass their husbands,
yes,
and stuff.
yes,
So,
yes,
I mean, I think that's one of the things that hold them back. I feel that like they feel they're hostage into being there with her.
yes. I can understand that. I didn't have that problem because I didn't have. I was retired already, and I didn't really give a shit. Even if I had a job, my boss
Hmm.
was my husband. So I didn't have that problem. I can understand that. But if they feel that she's going to do that, they can do what Bulgara did. Go talk to your boss and tell him this toxic lady is going to call you and tell you all sorts of things.
Right,
You
right, right,
know,
right,
and they can already expect the call.
right. And
But
it's going to be an ongoing issue. I know that she's lost a lot of support. The few people that she has left, some of them are just very naive, and they can't. They feel like if they come to us, that we're going to attack them. Yes, we're upset with certain things that they said, but I think we're mature enough to say, you know what, put it aside. The less support she has, the better for us because she stays standing alone. And I don't think she's capable of fighting her own battles. A lot of these peacocks, she utilizes them as her front line to go do their dirty job, to go defend her. And she sits back. I,
oh yeah, believe me, everything that comes out of her mouth is stuff that peacocks tell her because that woman will not Google or research anything, and that's why sometimes queda mal. She says something that's stupid.
Right.
because she's just saying what somebody else told her
Hmm.
without looking into it.
Right, 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 right. Háblalo,
So,
háblalo pendejo, pretty much.
exactly, exactly. Y la cosa es de que just look at the record. Facebook and YouTube are not going to cancel out somebody that many times if she's fine, if she's right, if she's so if she's not doing anything wrong.
Right,
So she
right,
makes it a point of making friends with a lot of the peacocks, and that's her PR. That's her PR, so that they feel like they personally know her, and porque fue y tomó un cafecito con alguien, o porque te llamó directly a tu casa, o te hizo message y habló contigo, that doesn't make her your friend.
correct, correct.
Believe me, that doesn't make her your friend. And so they feel like, ay, ¿cómo le voy a quedar mal si la conozco?
Hmm.
No la conocen,
No
no
la conocen ni se
conocen,
la quieren conocer, no, hombre.
no la conocen. Yo creía que yo la conocía, no la conocen. And that's because I took trips with her. I spent 24 hours with her. So, no la conocen.
Right. I'm gonna be honest. Do you regret? Or I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you regret her friendship?
You know, I'm going to say that at the beginning, yo no me quería, yo no quería start. I was a silent viewer, and I regret having come out of being a silent viewer. Uh, but yes, I do. I do. I usually say I don't regret anything because everything's a lesson.
Hmm.
And but esa no fue una buena lesson. It was one of my bad ones.
Right.
And so it's horrible that it turned out to be the way it did with her and her family because basically pues son una gente que yo no conocía y me metí allí y luego me empezó.
Right, 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 right. No,
Yeah.
es una cosa, es una, I mean, and I see it. I mean, it's a very sad situation that she tries to take, or she takes most of her time on social media spitting out all this hate and false accusations, information and character, but missing out on her daughter's like school activities and band, performances and stuff. I think that should be her priority, no?
Pues sí, pero cuando todo el pueblo no te quiere allí,
Pero,
what can you
pero pues no
do?
la quieren por buena. I mean, she has done a lot of crazy shit in her own city. That's why they don't like her. And
Exactly. And
and
they just, they don't want a brawl or some kind of disturbance. Yeah, and nowadays you can't trust crazy people,
hmm.
you know. So they don't want this, but a lot of people say, "How could you have my own family? ¿Por qué te juntas con esa señora? Why do you do that, mom? She's not your caliber. This is not you. This is not your type of friends." But I'm very humble. Yo, being that I'm a nurse, yo toda la gente la trato como que todos son igual,
Right.
you know. But and I knew I was doing wrong. It was one of these things that uh, kind of like when you tell your kids, no te juntes con esa persona, and they do it más adrede just to give you help. I
Right.
was doing it just to give my kids help.
Hmm.
Porque todos estaban atacados de que eso, was not good for me. It was not who I should hang out with. And I knew it. I knew it.
Hmm.
Uh, but we learn.
Right. You learn from your mistakes, but I mean, you explained to these peacocks what they need to do, and you're encouraging them to leave the group, which is great. But
Yeah,
if any of them would like to message you, some of these are women and they know you more than what they
sure
know
they
me.
can.
Okay,
The
guys. So
thing is that I don't know any of them, and I never know when it's one or a fake profile que es ella or what. But that's why I don't. I don't friend everybody that asks me to be my friend on Facebook. I don't accept them because I don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Pero the only advice I can give them is if they really feel bad about it, about they really want to leave, they should leave. You know, si quieren seguir estar, no tiene, you don't have to follow and subscribe somebody to see their show.
Right.
You know, you can still see her show without subscribing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not asking. I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. I'm not asking them to come support me either. I mean, they're not obligated to come support me. They don't. They're not obligated to
No,
participate in any
Jaime, eso es
platform.
lo que te digo. Yo puedo decir de ti que you've never forced anybody to give you anything y que tuvieras fregue y fregue y fregue.
Mm-hmm.
Los que te hemos ayudado es porque it's either a special occasion o algo te pasó, necesitas ayuda.
Right.
Okay, but you're not like her every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day de estar dándote los problemas personales de ella, los biles, los, you know, school clothes for Sirena, all of that stuff, el trip de Sirena, they know at the first day of school, they know what trips they're going to take the whole year.
Right. Pero es que the thing es que ella se puso impuesta because well, the bottom line es que las peacocks la malimpusieron a esta mujer
Uh-huh.
porque le daban y ya ahora que no le pueden dar, es like, se volvió aggressive, se volvió enojada, wants to blame everybody, but it's the peacocks that don't want to give you anything because they're tired of supporting you. It's like why is it their obligation para comprar la
Every
ropa
month,
sirena?
$10 every month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't you have a Happy Meal for a child to buy? Mi nieta todas las tardes quiere Happy Meal.
Right.
When they pick her up from school. I mean, don't you una soda a los kids, una nieve after school? $10 every month.
Right. And I mean, $10 it adds up. Ahorita como está la comida, como está el gas y todo,
Right.
it adds up everything.
Una cosa es que lo des porque tú quieres, ¿verdad? O te sobra el dinero, lo quieres dar. Pero otra es to be obligated porque si no te van a bash.
Right. And you know, and I have a lot of supporters and I'm gonna be very honest. Yo les dije a ellos que no me tenían que mandar nada. And I'll still stick to my word. Yo no soy quien para quitarle a alguien $10, $5 o un plato de la comida de ellos, because obviously ahorita está todo bien caro para exigirle a
Bien
alguien.
caro, bien caro. I mean, come on, $10. Ya eso es lo que te cuesta una libra de carne picada.
Right. Entonces, pues, the thing is, yo lo he dicho bastantes veces, a mí no me tienen que dar nada, yo no soy para que me anden manteniendo. Si yo quiero algo, pues yo lo tengo que ir a buscar, o cómo le voy a hacer. Pero I've always said, if you want to help out, es de buena voluntad, out of your kindness of your heart. But I'm not going to say on the first and the third, me tienen que dar porque soy yo. No, estoy jodido.
Right, right. And I feel like a lot of them do that because they don't want her to mention them.
Right, and she's going to do
Una
it.
vez I saw where she took out a list. She's got a book with everybody's names on them.
Mm-hmm.
Y tiene allí los que mandaron y los que no mandaron.
Right.
So I feel for them. But anyway, hopefully with her, I hope she doesn't pop up with another Facebook account or another YouTube. I mean, I don't know what they do with multiple offenders.
Right.
You know? But anyway, whatever. Como te digo, I don't know any of them. Nadie de ellas son amigas mías porque si fueran ya les hubiera dicho, they wouldn't be there. But I just feel like they shouldn't be afraid of her.
Right. Pero you got to understand que most of these are elder ladies también, ya están grandes de edad. Some of them are, by themselves. They saw something in this person, que era un cariño, attention, that love that they were missing in their lives, because she fed them that love. Comadre, homies, cómo has estado, that morning text, that cafecito, and
Jaime, no le tuvo ella amor a su misma madre y respeto a su misma madre. What makes them think que ellas, elderly women, que esta mujer les tiene amor a ellas?
Well, remember there was a person named by Jim Jones, a person who was a pastor or priest that showed compassion to, bringing in, uniting colored people with white people, and showing this love and growing in faith, growing in relationship wise, but it was all fake. So I feel she comes in playing the role as in a person that is a
Y hay
narcissist.
muchos pastores así, ¿no?
Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying she's a pastor, but she comes with the same mentality of one that has that mindset of just screwing people over, milking people over, and showing this boss person que no es una persona buena, es una persona que tiene un corazón muy negro, una persona que quiere destruir a la gente. If it's not her way, it's I'm gonna get you no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pues
But
según tiene otro Facebook que se llama Feli Farías.
mañana
Farías, ¿tú
va a
crees?
tener mañana otro y otro y otro y otro y otro y otro, y no, esta mujer nunca va a cansarse, and she keeps on saying I'm winning, I'm winning. What, when you define you're winning what? I mean, I name my title I'm winning. I do it intentionally because I know it's going to get under her skin, but what is she winning at her age? There's nothing she's going to win. You're not going to convince people that you're a totally different person, because the way you carry yourself, the way you portray yourself, cómo hablas, cómo te presentas, that's what
Mhm.
that's what shows the person you are.
Yeah. Well, everyone to its own. But if they're messaging you and telling you that they don't know how to get out of it, all you can tell them is don't be afraid, just get out of it.
Thank you for calling, Miss Pena. I appreciate it, and for the support y todo. Gracias, y Dios la bendiga.
Ándale, gracias, bye
Okay,
bye.
bye bye. Guys, so I'm gonna end the show real quick, but I want to say the last few words, man. For those peacocks who have been contacting me, for those peacocks that I have here that are watching the show, we had 150, 215 people today, 87 likes, and it's growing the likes, guys. Share the video. I just want to let you all know, guys, that hey, I want to call. The number to call it is 956. Can somebody put the number out there? I don't remember it. 956 378 3073. You are more than welcome to call in. 956 378 3073. I'll wait a couple of minutes. Maybe you are going to call, or no sé. Pero the thing is, guys, que les quiero decir, for those peacocks that are afraid to come forward, I said, you're more than welcome to contact me. I had people that contacted me. They call me private. I hear them out. Yo no tengo ningún problema. If you're a peacock and you want to call the show and you want to discuss certain things, I'll answer your calls. Hello, hello.
Happy birthday, well, belated
Ay, te
birthday.
olvidaste de mi estúpida.
Oh, but I'm gonna see you probably this weekend.
Para hacerme la cara de pinche Ninel Conde.
Voy para allá, bajo para allá el Friday.
Nomás no me la dejes como la pinche Lin May, perra.
Ay, claro que no. Oye,
Mande.
parece que me dijeron que ya ves que el señor que tenía esta pinche vieja cara de bruja
Apache,
allá en
Apache.
Ajá. Espérame, es que mi hijo está peleando con este. Be quiet. Ya ves que ella siempre dice que la esposa de Frank se metió con el hermano. Bueno, pues dicen que uno de los changoleones hijos de que tiene es del hermano del Apache.
No.
So ella dice la historia que ella hace, o sea, que ella...
ella se estaba pichoneando a Apache y luego se pichoneó al hermano y salió embarazada del hermano del Apache.
Se metió la riatona del hermano porque ella siempre dice que tiene una riatona.
¡Ay! No, qué feo caso.
Pinche viejitas zancas miadas, ¿quién la viera?
Ay, no, qué fea eres, suegra. Yo aquí creyendo que yo soy la sucia es usted, perra desgraciada, muerta de hambre.
Bastarda, cara de perro.
Dice que quiere que le lamas el punani.
Que yo le lamba, ay, tiene puros cueros colgando.
Bueno, mira, bueno, te pregunto una pregunta antes de terminar el show. Si te da la oportunidad de pichonearte a la Wanganet, a la North Korean o las Zancas Mionas, ¿a cuál entrarás?
Ay, tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. Ay, it's a toughie.
It's a tough one, ¿verdad?
It's so tough. Pues la Wanganet no se baña, so elimínala, por favor.
La Wanganet dice que a ella le van a escoger por Baywatch, pero le ganó Pamela Anderson.
Así le hace el culo cada vez que está sentada porque usa toallas también de seguro.
Dice que ella era la protagonista de Baywatch, pero le ganó Pamela Anderson.
Ay, seguramente ahorita. Bueno, vamos a eliminar esta. Y luego la China de la guerra, ¿cómo se llama? North Korea.
North Korea.
Ay, no sé, tiene los dientes bien feos.
Pero el pelo ese como es un flat top, ¿verdad?
Oye, cuando le esté lamiendo la panota va a pelar los dientes y
Es
me va
que
a
mira,
preguntar.
es un flat top y luego medio como un fade, algo así bien ojete, o sea,
Como que está confundida,
sí,
¿verdad?
como que es machona la ruca, la ruca es machona.
Mm,
Entonces, ¿a poco tú no te hicieras ese look?
la neta no, como que ella dice, ¿me aviento o no me aviento ese look? Como
Eh,
que tiene miedo, tiene una pata fuera del closet y otra
es
dentro,
que
¿verdad?
como que era el look de Alejandra Guzmán, algo así, no sé, pero luego se resuró mucho.
Bueno, y la otra es la viejita
Zancas
Zancas
mías.
Miadas, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Ay, pues no sé, porque las Zancas Miadas, nomás de oírle cuando dice, pum, 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 how you like that, how you like that, me cae tan gorda, parece pendeja,
Bueno, la más
pinche
romántica.
cara. Ay, no, entre puro queso, ay, no, mejor me mato. Mejor me meto contigo.
Ay, estás jodida que a mí no me gusta la pata de vaca. Mejor métete con
Te
Ana.
lavo los huevos a ti, pues, de esas pinches viejas.
Me-
Ay, qué
me-
horror.
mejor métete con Ana.
Oye, ¿y no, cuándo va a salir la señora de vuelta que la chica?
La Nachita, no sé, a lo mejor otra semana voy a invitar a la Nachita, le tengo que ir a escarbar del pozo.
Me pongo a fumar hydro y me pongo a ver tus videos, risa, casi me meto la risa. Oye, cuando se empina el Red Bull y le toma, dice, y se agarra los lentes y le toma. Oye, te iba a preguntar, ¿no van a hacer nada para Halloween? ¿No van a pasar por la casa de ella? Porque también está cerca
Ay,
de la
ya
casa
da
de ella.
dulces, mi suegra se viste de bruja y da dulces la culera.
Todo el año, ¿verdad?
Hey, no, en serio. Yo voy a pedir dulces en Raymond, pero si está la culera, vale más que me da dulces, vale más que no sea ojete.
Yo voy contigo, me voy a poner unas medias y pura tanga.
Oh, hey, te está reportando tus vídeos y todo el pedo porque andas enseñando media nacha allí, perra.
Sí, me reportó toda la pinche bastarda. Oye, no, de veras, quiero que tengas una noche así como de espantos.
Ay, no. Vámonos al canalito, ahí espantan.
No, así como que algo de Halloween, comienza a planear algo para que tus viewers también hablen y digan algo de scary.
Ay, sí, es cierto, ¿verdad? Pues yo la que le tengo miedo
Sí,
a la satánica de mi sueño.
ella y sus pinches pickle jars.
Ay,
Oye,
no.
no, pero la neta, ella tiene un hijo de uno de los hermanos de la Pacha.
Ay, no. Entonces, esto es algo de Rosa Guadalupe, type, casos de la vida real. Antes no aparece la
Y que
pincha Silvia Pinal.
el Apache le mandaba a toda la gente ella para que se los ventara a ella de watch out, de look out ahí en la
A-
chimeña, ella los...
Ayer,
¿Eh?
Joito, mi baby boy baby dad was live with my suegrita and he had a leopard printed shirt on, like bien puñetón. Tenía I think, I think esa camisa era de la North Korean, yo no sé, era una leopard printed shirt, like en serio, like acá bien ojete. Digo, este vato quiere que le empine y que le saque toda la cuacha, ¿qué onda?
Con
Dije,
elote, con
con
elote.
todo el elote y peanut butter, pero
No, se me hace que es la que se ponen para ir a aventar los mojados allá a la orilla del checkpoint, ¿no? Para prenderse con los árboles.
es colletera.
Es lo que dice el Apache, que es la coyota del Raymond. Dice, ella es la coyota del Raymond Miri.
La confunden. Baby boy, baby dada de coyotero, entonces.
Pues ten cuidado, no se va a hacer teleport para acá y me meten los putazos. Y luego le hacía ¡pum, pum, pum! ¡Qué hocico! Pobre pendeja. Pero ¿sabes qué? Déjala que se diga ahí luciendo con sus pinches mamadas. No tiene nada de qué hablar. ¿Cómo lo dice? Ahora fui, hice esto y lo otro y me está yendo bien, gracias a Dios. Nada. Todo el tiempo vive en la vida y la sombra de alguien más.
Sí, sí es
Pero
cierto.
bueno, she don't got her own life. She got to live everybody's life because her life is boring.
Hay que ir a visitarla cuando vengas, amigocha.
Sí, y ¿sabes qué? Cuando ella hace su After Midnight o whatever the fuck it's called, Midnight Magic Show, no sé cómo se llama, me imagino que tiene la riata de Vibrator, ven estartada ahí en metida.
No. Y luego que me di cuenta que tiene Moco Space.
Y luego cuando le hablan hace la voz segura bien sexy, así como, sí, ¿y qué te gusta hacer a ti? Pues mira, búscame en el YouTube,
En,
cállate los hocico,
en Picard,
YouTube,
únete.
pendeja.
En Picard, únete.
En el TikTok, Yulete, el otro pendejete. Ajá, a
Ajá,
ver,
ajá.
¿cómo se pelea?
No te agarré lo primero, ¿qué es eso? Y luego dice que era Ana la del Moco Space. Ay, no. Porque dijo que no le gustaban el señor dijo que le gustaban las gorditas. Dijo, no, pues ahí está Ana.
Hace las orejas bien prietas del pelo.
Ana te mandó a la fregada a mi suegra. Dice que tú tienes Moco Space.
Te vas a miar. La pinche gata estar echando madres. Chinga tu madre, Ophelia. Y chinga tu madre también la que te parió culera.
Bueno, amigo Chay, me hablas cuando vengas aquí para el valle.
Claro que sí. Saludos a todos tus fans y a las peacocks que se vienen para acá contigo.
Gracias.
Que it's more fun in this side.
Gracias, amigo Chay, te guacho. Gracias por marcar.
Mira, está poniendo Frank, dice, they're going to be a Ruby Moreno in the dark. We should do one.
We should do one. La noche en the dark, guys. Nos vamos al canalito, ya me bajo y todo el pinche pedo, ya hago un pinche live. Ahí entra la pinche tierra y todo el pinche pedo, guys. Se me pican los zancudos.
Sí, vamos a copiarle a la panochuda, así como eres, copiar a la gente. Bueno,
bueno amigo, Chay.
Ok, cuídate.
Ok, bye bye. Guys, gracias por estar aquí con Rubí, la cuachenta, la chuica. Gracias, guys. Hasta mañana. Dios me los bendiga a cada uno de ustedes. El que se agüita se cuera y mamadita y todo para toda la banda. Love you, guys.